Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah and this is Jar of Fireflies. Here I make videos all about my life as an Orthodox Jewish homeschooling mother of 3. And in today's very much requested and anticipated video, we are going to be making 3 of our Shabbat salads. That's right, folks, we did not forget. It just took a little time for us to coordinate and make this happen because my husband, Mr. Firefly, is coming into this video today and he is going to be making 3 of our favorite Shabbat salads with us today, giving us all the instructions and helping us through step by step. The 3 salads that we will be making today are Matbucha, which is a tomato-based delicious salad, Beet Salad, and a Moroccan carrot salad. But before we dive into these salads, I want to give a big shout out thank you to today's sponsor, Storyworth.
The kids and I got a really cool gift for my husband for Father's Day this year, a book from Storyworth. Storyworth is an online service that helps you and your loved ones connect through sharing stories and memories. Each week, Storyworth emails a thought-provoking question of your choice from a vast pool of possibilities. After 1 year, Storyworth compiles all these questions and stories, including photos you choose, into a beautiful, high-quality hardcover book for you and your family to share for generations. You'll enjoy reading your loved ones' responses just as much as we are. Some of the questions we enjoyed most were, which people have been the kindest in my life, and what is the most beautiful place you've ever traveled to? The kids have already begun reading the book we received, and I know we will cherish it for years to come. Go to storyworth.com/jar-of-fireflies and save $10 on your first purchase.
And now back to us. All right, let's dive in and start making some salads. We will be starting out with Matbucha.
Okay, so for the Matbucha, we're starting out with 10 pounds of very ripe tomatoes. And the first thing you're going to want to do is peel your tomatoes. So here is the process that we use. We take each tomato and we score the bottom with an X, just a little, just enough to break the skin, not enough to slice through it. And this really helps the peel to come off easily. While we're working on this, we are setting a large pot with water on the stove to boil. And while we're waiting for that water to boil, we will work on prepping some of our other veggies for the Matbucha. Okay, so first take 10 cloves of garlic, 8 to 10 cloves of garlic. Peel them and set them aside. Then take 1 Anaheim pepper, 1 jalapeno pepper, and if you like it spicy like we do, also add 1 serrano pepper. Wash dry and set aside all of your peppers. Now take 1 red bell pepper, wash and dice. The bell pepper adds a really nice sweet flavor. A lot of people don't use the red bell pepper in their matbucha, but this is a recent addition of my mother-in-law in her recipe, and we started doing it as well and really enjoy it. Okay, once you are done dicing your bell pepper, you can set that aside as well. Okay, now grab your garlic that you peeled earlier and smash it with the side of a large knife. This helps to release the oils and the flavors and everything. So then you're going to chop up your garlic. Then add this to the bowl with your red bell pepper to set aside. All right, now back to our peppers. For your Anaheim pepper, remove the stem by slicing off the top, then cut it in half, remove the white part from the inside, and then slice into thin slices and set aside. All right, and for your jalapeno pepper, remove the stem by slicing off the top, slice your pepper in half, and clean out the seeds. Sometimes the seeds add a bitterness, so even though we're removing the spice from the jalapeno, we still want to be sure that there isn't that bitterness. So once you've got that taken care of, slice your jalapeno and set aside. Okay, lastly, our serrano pepper, remove the stem by slicing off the top, slice into thin slices and set aside. Again, this pepper is what's going to give it our spice, so we will slice the entire pepper and not remove the seeds. Now that all those veggies have been prepped, we can leave everything off to the side for now. All right, now back to our tomatoes and the water. When the water is boiling, carefully add the tomatoes into the boiling water. Quickly, you will see the peel start to come off. Remove the tomatoes. You don't want to cook the tomatoes, you just want to get the peel off. So repeat this process until you've done all the tomatoes. They've all gone into the boiling water and you've removed them and their peels have started to come off. So now we want our tomatoes to get cold, so we're going to add ice to our tomatoes. Now we can just let those sit for a bit so that they can cool off. Once the tomatoes are cooled, we can peel them. The peel should come off really easily now. So peel each tomato and then remove the area where the stem attaches to the tomato. Place the tomatoes aside in a bowl as you finish. Once your tomatoes are peeled, slice them in half and coarsely chop them up. They're going to get mashed later, so you don't need to worry about any kind of perfection here. You just want them to be in smaller pieces. And once you've got those chopped, you can place them in a large bowl and set aside. Just continue doing this until all of your tomatoes are chopped. All right, now back to our large pot that we boiled the water in. We have removed the water and we're going to add a cup of a neutral oil such as canola, vegetable, or safflower oil. Don't use olive oil, that flavor will be too overwhelming. Okay, now add your red bell pepper and your garlic that we prepared earlier. Give that a little stir. Cover that, set your temperature to low heat. This can be done also while you are cutting your tomatoes, just FYI. All right, after about 5 minutes, you can add in your other peppers, stir and raise the heat up to high. Then you're going to add in your tomatoes and mix everything together. Add in half a cup of sugar, stir, and cover your pot.
So for now, that's going to stay on high, and we're going to really cook those tomatoes and everything that's in there. And then we're going to, what are we using, a potato masher or something later? We're going to mash them later, and we'll show you all that when we get there. But for now, it's going to stay on high so that everything in there gets really well cooked.
It's important to note that every few minutes you should stir the pot so that nothing starts to stick to the bottom at all. After about an hour, uncover your pot and reduce the heat to medium. Add in 1.5 teaspoons of salt and stir. You can always add more salt later. Add half a teaspoon of paprika and stir. And keep your heat on medium and let this simmer until it reduces to no more liquid. As it begins to reduce, use a potato masher or similar kitchen tool to mash your tomato mixture and stir every 10 to 15 minutes as it reduces. When you see that the liquid has reduced, turn the heat to low and let it simmer for another 20 to 30 minutes. All right, at this point, our tomato mixture has reduced several inches and is a thick sauce and no longer with liquid. Now you are done. We will let this cool and then we will place it in some containers and store in the refrigerator or the freezer until we are ready to eat.
All right, that Matbucha is so delicious and such an amazing salad. We absolutely love it. It's like one of all of our guests' favorite when they come over. Also, if you are enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would super appreciate it. It's a tiny thing, but it helps my channel out a lot. So thank you very much in advance for that. Okay, next up is the beet salad. Let's dive right in.
All right, for the beet salad, we are going to prepare our beets. We're using 4 beets, by the way. We're going to cut off the top and bottom of each one. And then we are placing our beets into a medium-sized pot. Cover your beets in water and then place them on the stove over medium to high heat. Add a little bit of sugar to the water, just about a teaspoon, just enough to sweeten the water. After about an hour to an hour and a half, check your beets to see if they are done. A fork should go through the beets fairly easily. If they're ready, drain your beets, then let them sit to get to room temperature so that they will be comfortable to handle. All right, once they are cooled, you can bring them over to your cutting board and peel the beets. The boiled and cooled beets should peel very easily with just your hands. And yeah, it's a little messy. All right, now you are ready to cut your beets. Slice off the bottom and discard, or I guess it's technically the top, either way. Then slice your beets in half and then into thirds. Then slice all the way across into bite-sized or smaller pieces. After they're cut, you can place them in a bowl just to set aside. We will often prep our beets up until this point and then put them in the fridge until closer to Shabbat when we're ready to finish the salad. So even like a day in advance or something like that. So you can either keep making the salad at this point or you can store at this point and finish later on, totally up to you. All right, when you are ready to finish your beet salad, move your beets into a larger bowl so that you will have room to add a few more ingredients. Grab an onion, peel, and thinly slice. Add these onion slices to your bowl of beets. Next, we add some freshly chopped cilantro. We add about 2 big pinches, and then about a half a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of cumin, a pinch of black pepper, and a 1/4 cup of a mild oil of your choice. We are using safflower oil, but you could use canola, vegetable, again, just not olive oil because that would be too strong of a flavor. Lastly, squeeze the juice from 1 lemon and add. Mix all of this together and then you are done. We store this salad in Tupperware containers in the fridge for up to about a week, a little over sometimes.
I love the way the beet salad adds not only such a unique, fun flavor to our Shabbat table, but also this pop of color that's so amazing. Now, speaking of a pop of color, the Moroccan carrot salad does that as well, and that is what we are going to be doing right now. The Moroccan carrot salad is one of the easiest salads to make that we make, and it's incredibly delicious. It's definitely one of my favorites, so let's dive right in. But before we do, I just want to ask you please to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I would really love to see you here again. All right, let's get back to that salad.
All right, starting off with our main ingredient, carrots. We will use about 15 medium carrots. So you're going to prepare these by washing and peeling the carrots. Once you have those all peeled, cut off the tip and the end of each carrot and then place them in a pot for boiling. Add water to your pot so that the carrots are covered, and then move your pot over to your stove top. Turn your heat on high and add a little sugar just to sweeten the water and bring it to a boil. Leave the carrots to cook for about 30 minutes. You don't want to overcook them. They should be tender but not mushy. You want them to hold their shape. So you can check them by poking them with a fork. It should go through smoothly. Then you know they're done. When they are done, drain the water and let them cool so that you can easily handle them. Once they have cooled for a bit, you can begin slicing them. We slice them into small bite-sized pieces. After you have them sliced, you can set those slices aside in a bowl. Now, usually at this point, we will put our carrots in the refrigerator to cool them off completely. You can save them for the next day or later in the day if you are prepping ahead, or you can go ahead now with continuing to prepare your salad. Either way, when you're ready to keep going on your Moroccan carrot salad, go ahead and move those into a larger bowl and then grab about 8 cloves of fresh garlic. After you have peeled those cloves, smash the cloves to release the oils and then dice. Add your diced garlic to your sliced carrots. Then add in 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of cumin, a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, almost a teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 cup of fresh chopped cilantro, the juice of 1 lemon, and 2 tablespoons of a neutral oil like canola, safflower, or vegetable oil. Again, just not olive oil. It'll be too strong. Then mix, and you are done. Just like our beet salad, we will store this in some sort of a Tupperware airtight container in the refrigerator for up to about a week or so, a little bit over a week, if it lasts that long.
All right, folks, there you go. Matbucha, beet salad, and Moroccan carrot salad. I hope that you enjoyed watching us make those salads as much as we enjoyed sharing it with you. I certainly hope that you make these in your own homes. If you do, please let me know down in the comments. I would absolutely love to hear how you enjoyed them and how they turned out for you. All right, and with that, we are going to call this video a close. Thank you again to Storyworth for sponsoring today's video. Make sure that you go to storyworth.com/jar-of-fireflies for $10 off of your first purchase. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in my next upload. We enjoyed sharing it with you. I certainly hope that you make
very ripe tomato.
Throw them on the floor.
Yeah.
Is that helpful?
I guess that you're gonna
It's my cameo.
take it out. Take it out of the.
I don't know. It's either my cameo or it's a blooper. There's gonna be a lot of fun
You
bloopers
see?
they
Come
put
here,
in
come
this
here, come here, come here. With the camera.
Oh, I thought you meant me.
No, with the camera. You see how the peel start? You see the peel? Almost a cup.
Almost 1 cup of sugar.
Yeah.
You're gonna love these measurements. I see it already.
Well, you can put 3/4 of it. We're gonna go now on high. It will ease up the process instead of having. Oh.
Did I just make that awkward?
A little bit.